Hey guys, Lord Ranjan here once again with Game 4 of Edward Gaming versus Invictus Gaming in the Demacia Cup Summer 2015 semi-finals. And EDG has 2 wins on IG right off the get. Echo ban for EDG. They do not want IG getting that on their hands. Might be considering us going for another engage comp as they did the first 2 games, or going for a sort of similar poke to engage comp as they did last game. A little bit of everything. Rise, Callista bans, just seeing pretty much the same thing we've been seeing all the time. Banning the same guys, Thresh as well. Nobody likes Meiko getting access to Thresh. So Meiko's like, okay, fine. Shen ban from EDG actually lost the second game partially due to Shen, but also just want to deny the Shen ban a little bit. Shen has sort of been beating AmazingJ's Maokai top lane, at least allowing him to free farm, and they maybe want to create some sort of more playmaking opportunities for top lane so that they're not playing against Shen. We're going to see what the last ban is going to be for IG. Good ban. Okay, I'm just going to go for the Fizz ban. No, Pawn. You're not getting your Fizz. You're not getting it. No way. Alright, so we'll see. Gragas is open for clearlove if they want to grab Gragas right away. Otherwise, they're going to be giving it to IG. Yeah, there you go. The Gragas pick right away. Clearlove loves it. He's been playing it 2 games in a row, second and third game. So yeah, there he goes. He definitely wants that. On the opposite side, IG's actually going to take AmazingJ's Maokai away from him. As that, hey, you're going to take my Shen? Fine. Let me grab that Maokai in response. Gonna see what the second round is. They've been playing sort of a mix of comps now and don't have access to Echo. A lot of, not probably going to be seeing early AD carry picks. We might see Corki or Sivir, as Sivir with Maokai is actually quite strong, and Sivir overall is pretty strong. Seems like, okay, they're going to stick with Annie. They've been playing Annie quite a bit the last couple of games. Annie combined with Maokai will actually work pretty well for a interesting hard engage comp, and it's just been working out quite well for the teams on both sides. They played Annie quite well in the second game on Kitties. So we'll see whether they're trying to go for something similar, whether they're going for a hard engage comp. On the opposite side, Pawn is just fielding everything. Azir is open for the first time now, so they're just gonna Pawn is gonna grab it straight up, go for Ghost and Flash alongside that for maneuverability. He's just gonna put on some pressure mid game, and they're actually gonna grab Nautilus to provide for the support slot. Nautilus good against Annie, that shields and that tankiness in the lane, offering a lot of defensive options. Nope, gonna switch it over to Corki actually. So, bit of poke in Azir and Corki. Some nice engage as well, some nice disengage. Basically, it's seeing a response to Annie and Maokai. Azir's actually, Emperor's Divide, actually really strong against those hard engage comps. So if Maokai goes in and engages and the rest of the team tries to follow up, they can actually use Emperor's Divide to split it up. Jayce and Caitlyn. Okay, Jayce gonna get locked in versus Azir. Seems like they might be running, both of them might decide to run cleanse with this. You want to run cleanse against like heavy engage in the opposite, especially if you're up against guys like Mao, who can just, I'm not sure if it's very good against Mao, because Maokai not only has the root on you, but he will actually also like knock you up right away. So you're still gonna get knocked up even if you cleanse out. You have to dodge the knock up after the cleanse in order to do anything, so you have to be careful about that. It's going to be Caitlyn, so some decent comp. They're going to try to go for that heavy control bot lane, and with that Annie and Caitlyn, just Annie trying to make the plays and Caitlyn just attacking from range. In response, seems like meiko is going to be running Leona with Corki. Really powerful. They're actually going to go for Nautilus top. And actually pretty strong as well. Nautilus top, really tanky, does a lot of damage early, and so really good competition from EDG. Leona, Corki, really powerful. Leona just keeps people in place, and Corki can attack them. Corki versus Caitlyn. Caitlyn can do a lot of harass. It's just a question of how well she can bully Corki out of the lane. So we're going to see, because Corki does have significantly lesser range at early levels compared to Caitlyn. Annie doesn't have as much range as used to have, because otherwise this would have been just like a Annie and Caitlyn range bully fest all day. Last response. Ooh, it's gonna be Kitties. Kitties gonna grab here for Nidalee for his team. Gonna put that on KaKAO. Problem is, KaKAO did not, like, we'll see whether KaKAO can redeem himself from the last game, because last game he just got caught, and got caught playing this Nidalee, and it just did not work out too well for him. So we'll have to see how it works out. Interesting team comps, a lot of tankiness on one side. It's partially kind of how EDG like to play. They like to play with heavy comp. You got Nautilus top on amazingJ. You got clearlove yet again getting his Gragas, loves that tanky, and you got meiko on Leona, so there's a lot of tankiness. Pawn and deft playing sort of the safe, long-range poke champs, a lot of lane pressure. Jayce responding to that, but, you know, as a response to that, has his own range, has his own long-range poke. That and KaKAO and Kid have a bunch of long range, and it's just a question of just keeping the Caitlyn and Jayce safe until they're safe to just go in and deal damage. They're going to be using Annie and Maokai to do so. It's going to be interesting to see how this comes up, because a lot more tankiness on EDG's side. Their team fight, arguably they're going to have the better team fight, because they have so much CC, and they have a lot of displacement, so they can create a situation where if Maokai goes in, they engage and they stun, and Caitlyn's hard to get to. They have a team that can easily create a situation that makes it easy for you to get to Caitlyn, as an example. Like, Caitlyn's going to be in the back, she's going to pew-pew, and with guys like Gragas, with guys like Azir, you can just make it happen, you know, and all of a sudden, you're not as safe as you thought you were. Take a quick sip of water here. So 2 for 1. 2 games for EDG, 1 game for IG. And we'll just have to see how it ends up going. EDG going into this matchup, into this set favorites for the entire tournament, as they have been very dominant in the Chinese scene lately. The Chinese SK-T1, SK Telecom T1, if you will. So they've been extremely dominant. Expected to win, to just finish first place in the LPL. Expected to probably win playoffs. Definitely expected to participate in Worlds. So it's going to be quite interesting to see them. Pawn chilling around. Seems like people are just going to go fairly safe. Okay, amazingJ and clearlove going to start off double jungling as they want to do, and there's going to be a lane swap as Leona and Corki go top lane against Zitai. We're just going to see how he goes against Zitai. He's going to have a hard time. Z1Tai is going to have a hard time against this. Leona is just going to be able to keep deft safe. Maokai is one of the safest 1v2s in the game. He's quite tanky. He has built-in sustain and stuff like that, but still quite dangerous despite all that. He can farm somewhat from range with his saplings, but still in a bit of trouble overall. So we'll see how this goes. Pawn versus Rookie. Pawn has been, fun to see. Guys like Pawn and Rookie, they have a depth of their champion pools are very deep. Shows a lot that they can do. Here in the opposite, you see that Kitties and Kid are just by themselves. As amazingJ, instead of going bot, he's just double jungler with clearlove to start off, getting themselves a little bit of experience and gold on both sides. Yeah, just so clearlove has a faster clear. I mean, not as much experience, but it has faster clear. It gives amazingJ some experience, and they have a faster clear, at least. So we'll see how that goes as well. So clearlove, they're just going to want... They understand that there's pressure being put on them, and they're just going to probably give up early bot tower, but, trying to make plays. Meiko going in here from the side just to see, like, hey, can I get a stun on this guy? Maybe not. Level 2 on depth. Oh, getting the stun off. Not do much else. See if depth can actually get an auto attack off. No. Bot lane, there's going to be a fast tower. I think they're just going to sacrifice the tower very fast to just let it push in, and once it's pushed in, it's a little bit early gold disadvantage. Ooh. Bit of damage done on both sides. A little bit of early gold disadvantage. But despite that, you're actually going to you're actually going to be able to create a more open opportunity. KaKAO, ooh, a little bit dangerous. He's going to almost get caught out. He's going to be forced to back off. Z1Tai actually going to be forced to back off as well. And he and KaKAO, a little bit of a precarious position as there's a 4v2 situation up top here. So they're going to just both going to back off. Yeah, Kid's not shoving the lane, though. They understand what's happening. Like, this basically allows Kitties to roam and ward around. And there's going to be a TP coming up from amazingJ to the bot lane. But the problem with this is that why this is happening is that Caitlyn, she doesn't want to shove because she understands what's going to happen. If she shoves, what's going to happen is that it's going to push to the tower. Tower's going to go down. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of early gold boost, but she's not going to be allowed to farm for the rest of the game. So she has to equalize the situation and keep it the way it is, or else she's just not going to be allowed to farm at all at any point during this game. So her and Corki are just going to stay even, just going to farm a bunch. And Kitties and Leona are just going to switch between, you know, keeping my AD carry safe in lane, grabbing some lane experience, sticking around, to running around and trying to create plays. Leona can create plays, and it can create plays. Really powerful champions in their own rights, both running Ignite. Don't see a lot of exhausts being run, actually, in competitive meta. Like in solo queue, you see a lot of exhausts. But that's just because, you know, you need to shut down those heavy, crazy dudes. But here it's like team fight. Keep those guys down. Like if Maokai's fighting, you want the Ignite on him because, like, for one thing, you got Azir running Cleanse to feel safe. You got Jayce running Cleanse, so you have to. Any running Ignite is actually quite standard, but on the opposite side, maybe not as much. But you need that Ignite just to guarantee those kills, especially when you're up against guys like Gragas, who do have built-in sustain, against guys like Maokai, who do have built-in sustain, against guys like Nidalee. She's actually squishy, so you're just gonna like burst her down and kill her. But against those tanks that can sustain themselves, Ignite is actually quite potent. So at this point, it's just a very passive game, as people just, you know, lane swap being used to farm up. Caitlyn and Corki pretty much not missing a last hit at all. Just keep on farming. But at this level, when you got lanes like this, a last hit really shouldn't be missed. You know, these guys wouldn't be professionals otherwise. So that's just the way that is. Keep it up. Seems like meiko and deft. No, okay, they're just gonna stay pretty safe there. No problems. No issues. All is fine. Rookie actually, going in a little bit heavy. clearlove in a perfect position to react to that. Rookie gonna knock him back. There's gonna be a knock up from Pawn. The shield come off, but Rookie's gonna be fine. clearlove showing yet again how he somehow just ends up being always the right guy in the right place at the right time. It's like, what? I almost don't know how he does that. 17, 18, 19, 20. Why did I say that? Anyway. So Pawn and okay, Jayce is now gonna be poked out a little bit just because he was going. Okay, it was no mistake by Rookie. He just didn't see clearlove coming, and he went in and found a good opportunity to harass. But then all of a sudden, clearlove, he did this a lot. He did it last game. He's always just there at the right time. He will blow flash to save a laner's life, right? He's very gank focused. He's very save people eyes focused. He's very vision focused. He's very, very focused on being active across the map. Clearing that first creep wave often with a friend, so just you can do that a little bit faster. Basically, it's to get his gold faster. Like you understand that he's not going to get the levels as fast, but he's going to get the gold just as fast, so he can run back and get his rangers as fast as possible. This is going to allow him to farm faster. Ranger Trailblazer allows you to farm faster. That's just the way it goes. And Nidalee, while she's going to get a little bit more experience, Rookie's just going to be a little behind. Now it's going to be Kitties coming in from behind. There's clearlove and meiko here as well. Z1Tai and Nidalee here at the top lane. KaKAO. Again, see Kitties here from behind as well. They're not going to have vision on her, but she's going to come in close now. It's going to be 3 people top lane to defending. While at this moment, clearlove and meiko are actually going to move towards the bot lane. amazingJ, only 8 last hits. While Z1Tai actually has 27. But amazingJ has done a decent enough job to just like get experiences at level 4. You know, he's difficult to last it under tower, but basically his main job is to just stay alive. Pretty much it. Yeah, he's just missing those last hits. Getting the cannon, you know, like if you're gonna get a last hit, that's what you want to get. Just gonna get rooted in place. Only got a 2 out of those waves. And Caitlyn just pretty much just being aggressive, using her ult there just to poke and trying to poke amazingJ out. Z1Tai almost getting caught there by by meiko's Zenith Blade. But he's actually been doing a good job of kind of staying alive. Of course, with Sapling, he can just constantly keep himself up. so he's going to be fine. Zenith Blaze hits, going to get a stun on Z1 They're probably not going to be able to follow up, but a decent amount of harass from deft. Deft is what I'm trying to say. And now finally Caitlyn has left the bot lane to go buy the BF sword and boots, so that's going to give amazingJ some opportunity to farm and maybe push this lane. And then get himself some regen items so he can continue doing exactly what he's doing, because for now he's had nothing but a Doran's ring. clearlove gonna finish up some jungle items and go back home. At this point in the game, I'm wondering if he's gonna try to go for a side zone here to try to create some more plays, try to create some more vision. I'm not even sure if he has the vision now. Just finishing up his Cinder Hulk, that's kind of been more his standard play. Finish Cinder Hulk, then go out. Just clear even faster, and so he can just run around and create plays. That's kind of what he does. He's very, very much across the map at all times, and he loves the Gragas for it. He loves the Gragas for it. Gragas and Nidalee very popular in the meta, partially just because of their maneuverability, just because of how much they can run across the map, just how much, Shockwave almost hitting. Shock Blast, rather, almost hitting. Of how much they can do. Azir whiffing a little bit on his Sand Soldiers there. Jayce just gonna have his blue buff to farm. Meiko and Corki. Meiko and Deft have now maneuvered to bot lane. Kitties is there as well with Kid. So now we have more of a standard thing going on. As Caitlyn has a slight advantage in last hits. Deft has the Sheen. But, you know, him missing last hits in front of tower, I don't think that's about to happen. Now look at that. Just forcing that up to the creep wave. So, you know, like, make sure that he doesn't hit the tower, even if he has to tank everything. clearlove and meiko getting themselves into a position to possibly tank. There's no ward, so clearlove wasn't actually seen, but they might be expecting it. Rookie gonna get engaged on. Some soldiers doing a bunch of damage to see if he comes into the response. Even more soldiers. He's gonna get harassed so heavily, he gets the shock blast off, but really just didn't maneuver there very well. So now Pawn's gonna have freebies to pressure as much as he wants. clearlove, he's just gonna deward, and he says, dudes, let's go jungle. They do have mission on it. IG have control of Scuttle Crab, so there is vision of this, but are they able to do anything? Because Pawn just went mid, just pushed out, using his Sand Soldiers. Nidalee's in position, getting a spear, nice spear, now he's gonna collapse. Kitty's there as well, Meiko coming in. Oh, they don't have Kid, though. Jayce coming in, that's gonna be an easy Drake. Is there gonna be a response? TP coming in as well from Z1 Rookie gonna get taken down pretty fast, but Leona going down. Z1 going in, engaging on Pawn. Pawn gets away, clearlove gets away as well. Pawn so low, but IG is gonna get the first blood on KaKAO for that. Rookie almost getting killed there. Might have been a slightly better fight if it worked out a little differently, but easy Drake, not really contested, but they will gladly grab the kill. KaKAO, you know, it's a good play. I mean, once he hit the spear, it was an easy spear. They didn't see it coming, no reaction, so it was actually good to go for the fight following that spear, because it allows Nidalee to just jump on people and do a lot of damage. It's just a little bit messy, and everybody's still capable of escaping. Gragas, you know, clearlove out of there, no problem. Pawn barely survived. They should have managed to get Pawn, I think, there. Just needed to get their damage across a little bit more clearly. amazingJ, which is kind of going in there and trying to tank as much as possible. There you go. Yay, KaKAO, man. Yeah, he definitely is going to want to make up for his plays last game, and it's a good start here, as last game, really, his Nidalee play was disappointing. Some mistakes, but hey, guys, even pros make mistakes. Even people that get paid and do this for a living and win tournaments and do awesome things, they make mistakes, and that's just the way it is. You know, KaKAO, a good player in his own right, really good player, so, you know, definitely trying to make up for it here. Oof, missing that rocket. Let's see, looking at gold numbers, we do see that IG is a little bit ahead. That's partially because top laners on IG are, you know, ahead overall. Jungler is ahead as well. Phil even on the opposite side. Okay. Sun falls down but doesn't do anything. And now we see Nidalee is considering the gank. I think there was actually a ward in there perhaps. So no gank coming in. Deft and Meiko just staying very safe. Kitties and Kid. Like, the thing is, like, this is what pro play is like. You have these 2v2 bot lanes, and generally you have to, one player has to really mess up. Oh, Shock Blast missing there. Barely. One player has to seriously mess up in order to create an opportunity to, you know, kill and die. And at this kind of high level, it's not something that happens. This isn't solo queue. Ooh, Emperor's Divide gonna grab clearlove in position as well. Meiko falling behind. Rookie is really low, and he's gonna get taken down. Kill for Pawn. And now KaKAO coming in for the response. He might actually die. He's going to be forced to run away. getting meiko quite low, but getting taken quite low himself. Not in position. amazingJ actually can go straight into Z1Tai, doing a bunch of damage. Seeing the clear waves coming away, the slow's coming down. Bunch of healing coming up for Z1Tai, but now the explosive cast has gone off. That's gonna be it. clearlove, this is what I'm talking about. First he was mid, then ran straight top, and like, dude, let's make a play. We made a play mid. I'm coming up top. Let's make another play. Let's do this. And that's exactly what he wants to do, and that's exactly what he does. And following up, this is going to allow amazingJ to at least chunk this tower very low, if not just take it. Seems like he's just going to be proxy farming the next wave in order to allow himself to grab this tower. KaKAO and Annie. Corki is in a vicarious position here, bot lane, a little pushed out. He does have his Valkyrie up, so he should be able to escape just fine and maybe have this feeling, this tinkling, this spider sense. There you go. Or just a ward. You know, who needs the spider sense to have a ward? Kitties getting caught up. Zenith Blade misses him, though. If he hit that Zenith Blade, that at least would have forced the flash away from Annie, which Annie is very reliant on her stun. She needs her stun to be able to do much at all. And now Kid by himself, Deft managing to get a decent amount of harass off on her as well. It does have his Triforce. On the opposite side, Caitlyn still no Infinity Edge, but getting close enough. Yeah, Rookie being harassed a little heavily in this mid lane. Azir going for standard Merle and Omicron is just what Azir's do, because, you know, more cooldown reduction means more attack speed, and that's just a ridiculously good thing, really good statistic on his passive. They might be changing that in next in patch 5.14. There are changes to Azir in the PBE. They're kind of trying out how heavily they're going to nerf him. Like, nerf as in nerf him to death, take away everything he can do, or just, you know, slight nerfs, or we've yet to say. Azir is actually one of those champions. He's like Riven in a way, in that, well, Riven and many other champions, like, if you've played 5 games, 10 games, 20 games, even maybe close to 50 games of this champion, your win rate is going to be pretty bad. But those players that really master the champion, basically if you go to champion.gg or champions.gg and you look at what's happening, you will actually see that the win rate is quite high. amazingJ yet again being focused on. KaKAO and Z1Tai grab a kill. Response, revenge, yet a bit of action top lane, this time in the other way around, as Z1Tai says, hey man, not cool. amazingJ is like, alright, fine. So Jayce just gonna go here mid, just pop this tower, and oof, gonna get hit by a few sand soldiers as they get pushed back. Annie and Kid here as well. It's just allowing Corki to farm the ball. They're trying to rotate around. Just Caitlyn's actually missing some last hits here. Does have eye edge, so you know it's at this point that Caitlyn starts to kind of fall off in the mid game. Like she needs. Once, like, at that point, she has one item before 20 minutes. She's maybe fairly strong. It's like that laning phase poke that makes her quite strong, and she's survivable and can put a lot of pressure. And very early team fights and engagements are very good. But as the game goes on now for the next 15-20 minutes, she's just going to slowly fall off. Even though like, her new passive makes her pretty decent. I mean, her new passive makes it so that she doesn't need to have Last Whisper to do mid-game damage. But she still kind of does. You know, it's made her... Like, she wasn't non-viable. People still picked her, even in professional play, just because you can abuse her range. She's safe, and late in the game, that range is actually quite potent and powerful throughout the entirety of the game. It's why people pick Tristana, because Tristana is weak at a certain point, but when she hits level 18, she's going to have a huge range that she can just abuse so heavy. It's why there was a time in the game when only Tristana and Lucian were played in the AD carry slot. That was last season. I mean, summer season-ish. Summer season 2014. Summer split. You saw mostly Lucian and Tristana being played. I think I'm not mixing up that. I think it was summer split rather than spring. So at this point, Jayce and Azir going fairly even. Jayce working on his Manamune. Has a Brutalizer as well. amazingJ going for a little bit of everything. Has some magic resist. Seems he's going to go for Spirit. Maybe Banshee's Veil, maybe Spirit Visage, but also going for Frozen Heart on the opposite side. Glory on Maokai. You always go Glory on Maokai. You just do. Because it's so good. Annie actually going for seems like Distortion with Moby Boots, and eventually he's going to upgrade to a Talisman. Rookie always taking a little bit of harassment from Pawn. It just kind of forces him a little bit back into lane. And that should be a tower here. She can just expend a soldier to take it, or not. And instantly going to put up one of his own towers. Going to take a shot blast in the face, but I'm going to put it up just to keep up the pressure. Alright, so that, you know, they don't instantly, so Jayce doesn't instantly push back, and now they're going to maneuver themselves towards, like, this is a great play there by Pawn, because what's this going to do? Deft here as well. They're going to push in these towers, they're going to push in a little bit naturally by themselves, and this is going to open them up for Dragon. Pawn and clearlove and meiko here in position already. There's a TP from both Z-Tai and amazingJ, but I don't think there's nothing going to happen, because, yeah, they had vision of this, but they're not in position. IG cannot do anything about it, so it's never actually rocket from Corki that grabs it. So there's going to be 2 Drakes for IG, and we see that one tower, that Azir tower taken by Rookie, so he's gonna gladly grab a little bit of extra gold for himself, because why not? Has his mana immune ready to go. So far, no real hard engages, fairly passive gameplay overall, especially when you think about the fact that these are Chinese teams. Chinese teams are known very well for playing very aggressively, but it seems like they might be adjusting as well. EDG, they're a team that can play, I think, every single comp style. Like, they've showed it this game. They've played aggressive engage comps. They've played poke comps. Now they have this sort of kind of pokey, pressury team fight comp, because Azir brings some decent poke, and Corki brings some decent poke. But then they have the hard engage in Nautilus and Leona. And the opposite side, you know, you have a similar thing. You have Jayce who can poke. You can Caitlyn who can sort of poke as well. Like, her Qs are not very strong late game. Nidalee can also sort of poke. It's just interesting overall. Nidalee going for that Runeglaive enchantment alongside her Zanya, so similar build as last game by KaKAO. Has 2 kills on him, so he's actually been managed to do a lot of things. Corki gonna grab yet another tower as EDG takes down 3, and IG is still towerless. I say that, and they instantly change it. Thank you, IG, for making me sound like an idiot. So basically, you actually back off from here, and it seems like KaKAO and Kitties and Kid actually in a position. They're just going to grab this second tower. Kitties just going to pressure him out. They're going to grab this right away, as amazingJ really can't do anything about this whatsoever. So, okay, they're just going to pressure in bot lane really heavily. Grab instantly 2 towers to kind of equalize this gold differential. And Corki's just going to chill top lane, clearlove maneuvering towards her to do something about that. Pawn has been putting on a lot of pressure here in the mid lane. Rookie seems to maybe considering this, taking some damage in the back, getting slowed a little bit. They don't know that Meiko's there in position. Rookie think I might have seen it, not too sure. Shock blast, nice dodge there by Pawn. That would have done a lot of damage. No position to do too much of anything. Still very passive, very farm heavy, kind of a farm festival game so far. One important stat to look at. Kid has been forced to kind of run around the map a little more than IG would have liked, and this has allowed Corki to take a massive gold lead on him. Gold lead worth 2 kills. So you can think of Corki on 2 kills on Caitlyn. Now he's working as Bloodthirster. He seems to be going more of an old school style Corki build rather than like the Bork build or Last Whisper build. So we've seen 2 Corkis already. We saw Corki building Triforce into Bork. That was IG when they went for their poke comp against EDG. And they went to Bork just so they can take down the more heavy tankier targets. Then last game, we saw Corki being picked up again with Last Whisper that time. Just, you know, to shred. For the heavy shred. And this time it seems like they're going to go for Corki with a little bit more old school, like Bloodthirster after Trinity Force, so he can kind of stay alive for longer. But it's understandable because they don't really need... The only person they need Bork for, honestly, is Z1-Tai. And he's the only really heavy tanky target, and you can just shred his armor fine and do that sort of thing instead. And with a team like his, you can do a bunch of mix of damage. One thing I'm worried about is that EDG are very heavy on the magic damage, so they're very easy to build against. They can just need magic resist, and that's about it. As you see that the Maokai, after getting his Righteous Glory, is actually going for magic resist. And I wouldn't be surprised to see even Caitlyn going for that. She's going maybe Dancer this game. I mean, not strictly better than Shiv. I mean, they're playing decent pushing games. They might go for that. But it seems while this is all happening, clearlove is just going to sneak and try to grab Baron going around. I mean, there is vision on him there, though, so it's not going to happen, I think. But they are pressuring around. They're pinging Baron, and EDG is pinging Baron a lot. They're just pushing in mid, meanwhile, and trying to create the position. Yeah, clearlove, deft, and pawn. I think they got seen there, and they know this is happening. The Z1 and Kitties are in position to possibly do something about this, but I'm not sure if they can. Meiko and amazingJ in position to defend this. Yep, they don't see this. Don't even see this happening. Just gonna give the other team here. Thought they saw it because, I mean, they had vision. I thought clearlove had actually walked out of the pit. So, you know, they had the Scuttler Clap, but then maybe they thought, hey, we're going to go walk out, and then they just walked straight into Baron Pit again and took it. So, IG, lack of vision control, really biting them. I mean, EDG this entire series has been very vision control focused, and that has allowed them to win and put on a lot of pressure. So, gotta say, doing a better job of being sort of a utility-focused team. So it's kind of difficult for them, I think, down the long run to really do what they want to do. Azir and Corki are just going to bring out so much magic damage. Jayce now has a Muramana and a Last Whisper and a Brutalizer, so he's actually going to do a lot of damage, which is why, as an example, you have Nautilus building Ninja Tabi, you got Gragas building Ninja Tabi. Leona's building Mobility Boots because Leona builds Mobility Boots. That's just the answer to that question, and that's the way that goes. Leona actually never upgraded, hasn't upgraded Face of the Mountain quite yet. She's getting fairly close, but so far nothing going. Let's see. You know, looking at this game, it feels like, okay, ultimate there popped by Caitlyn just to put on suppression, do a little bit of damage, but it really feels like this is a sort of they're just playing this controlling style, sort of this vice grip style that we saw last game, where they just run around the map, force IG into awkward situations where they can't engage on them, and just grab objectives. Because yet again, right now they're gonna look at how sporadically around the map IG is. Some people top, some people mid, some people bot, and just nobody really deciding what they want to do. So meanwhile, what happens at the same time? EDG is allowed to grab a tower and allowed to grab Dragon, both at the same time, utilizing Baron. Now they're going to take a second mid tower, and nothing's happening. KaKAO trying to get into the back line, not managing to come in. amazingJ going in, engaging on KaKAO. He's going to be forced to last to Zhonya's here. Going to flash out, get away. And Annie's already dead from the opposite side. Z1 tie getting caught, trying to get Empress Riot, actually forcing him back. He's going to die as well. In response, Caitlyn's actually going to kill clearlove, but they're still going to get the tower despite all this. So they got 2 kills, lost clearlove, but got a dragon and 2 towers. Jayce is thinking of following this up. Deft going to get away with Valkyrie. Rookie coming in as well. KaKAO coming in for the backline as well. Deft going to just flash out. Pawn Mimo in response, actually going to kill KaKAO. And Kid also gets taken out by Amazing. They lost Deft in the middle there, but yet again a positive trade for them. As they had a 2-for-1, 2 towers and a dragon, and they had yet another 2-to-1. It's nuts how they're playing, or for 1-for-1 or 2-for-1. Really well played. You know, with Kitties dead, what are they supposed to do? Really, really difficult to say how exactly IG going to come back to this game, because despite a decent start here and there, they really have not had any control of objectives, any control of the map, just not really doing much of anything at all to get back into this game, and they're just gonna get destroyed the way this game is going. Pawn is just gonna take him. Pawn is becoming ridiculous. You know, he has his own Zhonya, so he's pretty strong, has 3 kills. Deft is quite strong with his Bloodthirster. Triforce. I mean, you got the Frozen Heart on Nautilus now, so amazingJ can actually tank quite a bit. And the opposite side just doesn't have those answers. That means Z1 tried to go in, but they also just went in so sporadically. Not the entire team, let's kill these guys. But just, let's throw things around and hope it doesn't end up paying us and, end up killing us. I mean, their team comp in some ways feels kind of similar in the same way, like Jayce with Caitlyn. Caitlyn's okay. As a response to Corki, I guess. They could have done lots of different things. They maybe could have gone Sivir instead. TP coming in here from amazingJ. They're going to try to create a position. Meiko flashing in, getting the sun. Kid is going to get off, and Deft is actually going to grab himself the kill. That's going to be the inhibitor, just going to push in. Shock Blast coming out from Rookie as he's trying to get some poke off. Kid going to instantly take a soldier in the face. They're just going to push this out. And this tower is going to go down really fast. Ultimate in the face. clearlove actually going to flash in the face and try to force him back. We'll see whether they can do anything at all. as people just constantly backing off for IG. They can't do anything, being slowed from all sides. A lot of aggression coming in, and EDG just going to play it super safe, going to back off, catch the Nidalee. Really nice flash ults from Meiko there to catch people off guard. Now they have their Sun Disc there just to kind of slow down the opposite side push as well. And amazingJ's look like my last hits. Main. Hard to say what IG can do at this point to really bring the game back. They're in a really tough spot. They haven't been playing their team fights too well. They haven't really been focusing things too well. Deft and Pawn have just been allowed to poke and kill and do whatever they want. Kitties has been caught off twice now. Like last game it was KaKAO, this game it's Kitties that's getting caught. And I guess, I don't know, maybe flash ult from Leona is not exactly getting caught, but you know, still kind of the thing that starts the snowballing effect in the opposite direction against you. Kid now has the Last Whisper, still only going Zeal, but at least now the damage is going to be decent if you know, Kid is allowed to stay alive, stand still, and pew pew, which in theory is very possible, but I'm not sure if it's very probable. They're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna allow Jayce to poke him down because they're just gonna poke him down. Yet again, thinking of going in. Z1 actually goes in on him. amazingJ, the front line here. Azir in the back. He's not there helping out, but Kitties gonna get taken down really fast. Damage coming into the back line. Pawn takes down Kitties. Also takes down Corki, gonna take down the Jayce here. Maokai will take the Leona responsible. Leona's perfectly fine to die there as Pawn grabs another kill by taking down Z1 and following in even harder as Deft gets the kill on Kid, and KaKAO barely runs away, and that's going to be GG. That should be an easy finish as a bad engage. Okay, they saw that Pawn wasn't there. Pawn was a little bit in the back, not quite close to his team, but still great play engaging on the tanks. clearlove and amazingJ just held the line for as long as was needed. Deft just attacked. You know, we have the Leona there as well to hold the line as well. And now KaKAO and Kitties going to try to do a little bit. Kitties instantly gets gibbed. Cookie and Z1 also coming to try to accomplish something. Azir coming in from the backline. Pawn going to get taken down. He's going to take a lot of damage. They're going to focusing really heavy on the minions. Get to continue attacking the Nexus. The Zion is going to come off. Is actually going to get taken down. But how far are they going to focus in order to not take down the TP? Gonna come in from the backside of Z1 wants to continue, want to chase these people down, gonna try to take down Deft. Deft is gonna get taken down by KaKAO. clearlove not gonna be found, and now they're banging Baron. They're thinking, let's grab this Baron really fast, and meanwhile their Nexus is gonna die. Annie cannot defend this Nexus. The Nexus is completely open. There are no Nexus turrets. Not even sure if this Annie can defend by herself as Rookie, KaKAO, and Z1 and Kid try to take this down. Meiko meanwhile goes in, just engages on to try to slow this down, see if anybody goes in. There is no TP from amazingJ, or else he might have just gone to the tower, take it down. Now they're going to grab the Baron, going to try to B, and pushes out with a Baron buff. amazingJ running in on Z1 actually going to stop the B from Rookie as well on KaKAO. Everybody gets taken down. Beautiful play there as they get... amazingJ does die in response. They don't kill anybody, but stopping the back may be long enough so that the Baron buff is not significant. Nexus barely low enough to have health and have response. Another nice slowdown. I think amazingJ and clearlove, nice play. Almost grabbed a few kills there as well. But at least the Baron buff is going to give IG some breathing room to slow down this heavy push. And Kitties took a lot of damage as well, trying to save that. Blue buff being taken here by Jayce. Dragon being pinged yet again. And I think that's exactly what EDG is going to go for at this point. IG, like the kill differential and the gold differential isn't huge, but you see the constant pressure. More dragons, more towers, like 9 to 2 towers. So even though the gold differential isn't massive, the objective control on EDG is insane, as they've pushed out all inner and outer turrets on both, all lanes, and they've actually killed the Nexus turrets as well. Kid finally has Phantom Dancer, but okay, so they're going to try to push down mid, basically use the Baron buff to push up against this mid and try to take this mid tower for themselves. Finally finish off this mid tower, but I think they might get engaged on. Azir, just so much anti-poke, so much wave clear in Azir, in Nautilus, in Corki. Just, how are they exactly going to go to this? Just throw down some saplings. I don't think the Baron buff is not going to last for too much longer, so I don't think they're going to be able to really do much with this. Baron buff just now running out soon. They're still there, it seems. They're not quite up yet, but they're just trying to push this out. And just look at that. Look at that wave clear. Wave clear, using Rangers, Trailblazer, everything. Just delay. This is what that's what EDG is doing right now. They're delaying. They're delaying. They know that the second IG loses their finally taking the tower, but it doesn't matter because they know that the second IG loses their Baron buff, they're gonna be able to turn it around, win a fight, and win the game. Only thing they have to do right now is delay. Delay until the Baron buff goes away. They have 4 dragons. Worst case scenario, they're going to be able to get the 5th one. But the only thing you have to do is delay. Nice shock blast there to catch deft. Everybody here ready. They're just waiting on it. There's Baron buff is still there. Not too much longer. Everybody's sort of running around, being shielded, face of the mountain on Azir there as Pawn tries to find a position to actually go in and do something about this whole situation. Getting soldiers ready and just keeping vision on the enemy. Vision on the enemy so that they know, is Baron buff still active? Is Baron buff still active? Can we engage? So minions still going crazy because of Baron buff, putting down the Sun Disc to slow this push down even longer, just to delay and delay, and now finally forcing IG to go back, buy whatever little bit they can, get the red buff, and Caitlyn, KaKAO actually going to go top lane and take a tower because, you know, having 2 level 1 tower still alive is pretty bad. They've equalized the things a little bit. The gold differential isn't as bad, but you see the gold on carries. Corki, 342 last hits, 5 kills. Has Sash, has Triforce, Last Whisper, Bloodthirster. Caitlyn, only 3 items. Last Whisper, Dancer, and Eye-Edge. And 267 last hits. So the differential in last hits on the carries is nuts. Azir is 35 ahead of Jayce and several kills. So EDG has 12 kills, and 10 out of those 12 has been distributed evenly amongst their carries. When the gold is distributed this well amongst the carries, you're going to be in trouble. Azir with Void Staff, Luden's Echo as well, so the damage is going to be pretty high. And it's just going to be hard. They're going to lose their Sun Disc mid as they're pushing it out. And now it's just a question of where EDG decides to go and be aggressive. Are they going to go mid? Are they going to go top? They can rotate in any direction. They don't have to force a fight. They can just keep pushing, keep on the pressure, do that vice grip that they like so much, and eventually IG is just going to pop. You know, like the way you take a berry and just pop it with your fingers. It's going to happen. The way you pop a pimple, if you will. It's kind of gross. But that's just the way it is. Kitties, KaKAO, Kid, and Rookie actually considering moving around here. Z1 Tai is in position here as well. There's the back from Deft as they're considering fighting. Nope, never mind. Lost sight of Deft and they're going to back off. Just at least trying to keep the lanes pressured. But that's EDG don't mind. They have the wave clear. They have crazy amount of wave clear, so they can just go out there and hope to catch someone off guard. Maybe another meiko flash ults. Why not? Doesn't matter. They're going to do whatever it is that they want. As usual, a lot of decent amount of red trinkets as people just clear waves. There haven't been a lot of as much crazy warding, except until to this point. As you see the amount of wards everywhere by EDG, just wards in all places. People upgrade their yellow trinkets, so clearlove just gets a red trinket, doesn't buy sightstone as he has been known to do sometimes. 3 people with upgraded yellow trinkets. And they're just going to be super happy about that. So let's see here. Pawn, amazingJ. Take a sip of water, excuse me. Now it's just a question of when EDG wins. Because IDG has to hope for some ridiculously desperate fights. But I really feel that they got badly outdrafted. Very, very badly outdrafted. And so that's why, even though the gold differential is so similar, there's 4 Drakes and 9 towers for EDG, and 4 towers and no Drakes for IG. Invictus game in a very bad position overall, as EDG just continues pushing, putting on the pressure, playing the slow game because they can. Maybe not super audiences are like, oh my god, we want 500 kills. But sometimes that's just what happens. They're waiting out the Drake. There's the Baron and the Drake timers are almost at exactly the same time. So that's what EDG is going to go for. They're playing the push game. TP is available on AmazingJ, so he's just going to TP to the Drake when necessary. Meanwhile, they're just going to grab red buff for clearlove. Okay, I thought actually, I think Deft was supposed to take that, but whatever, they'll take it. Z1 Tai getting in position. They're all here. Annie a little bit coming in from behind. Pawn actually pushing out mid lane as they're just sort of zoning this out, seeing where the fight happens. clearlove going to grab the sapling in the face, but now Drake spawns, and there is going to be a fight. Defensive posture here by IG. Are they going to get taken out? Going to start with a little bit of poke. Corki going to try poking with some rockets. There are being some traps being put down. Dragon's getting taken down. Are they going to grab it or not? Engage coming in. Dragon gets taken down by the. It's going to be first Drake, but Z1 instantly gets focused down, and people just chasing in. Rookie getting really low. Kitties really low as well. Azir going to take down the Maokai as the tank falls, and the rest of the team should follow accordingly. KaKAO not even getting a chance to escape, as EDG doesn't even need to do anything other than doing TP from amazingJ to the backline so he can grab them. And Annie's going to get taken down. Everybody getting taken down. Rookie almost taking Pawn down. Not even managing to do that as the Corki gets the kill. And that's going to be the ace. And that's going to be it, as EDG will grab this win. Didn't even need the win at that. Didn't even need to win at the Dragon. I mean, didn't even need the Dragon. They just knew exactly what they were going to do. They knew that the next fight was going to be at the 5th Dragon, because 5th Dragon is nuts. IG was not going to let them happen. And EDG was perfectly happy to give up 5th Drake for the easy win here at the end. So GG to EDG for beating IG. Deft with a little bit of mad manner at the end, going into the spawning pool, getting a laser in the face. And nice victory overall by EDG, as they grab the win and get themselves into the Demacia Cup finals with a very clear shot at getting their title back for a 3rd time in a row. So that's going to be it for this particular series. I'm going to go out there and cast the other semifinal. But please, guys, if you like the series, if you like the video, if you like the game, please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, check out some of the other videos. Tell me if you like this kind of content more than others. I can continue casting. I can do a lot of different stuff. So let me know what you guys think. If you did like the video, please, there's a referral link in the description below where you can check out some stuff. Check out some of the stuff down there. You can check me out on Twitter, on Facebook. Soon I'm going to start streaming on Twitch as well, so we'll see you guys around. This has been Lord Ranchin. GG, Ranchin out. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.